So, guys, we have talked about the same storylines all summer long with the Browns.
Yeah,
we have talked Deshaun Watson, what will he do, what can he do to death. We've talked about Ken Dorsey, play call. So I was thinking, what are some things we haven't asked about the Browns yet this summer? These are 6 questions. I can promise you we have not asked about the Browns this offseason. So we're going to have some fun with this to wrap up Dustin's first show here with the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. The first question that we certainly have not asked this summer, if Mike Vrabel and Jim Schwartz were locked in a room and only one man can make it out alive, who survives?
Mike Vrabel, go Bucks.
That's easy. I mean, that's an easy one. Jim Schwartz
is this a serious question?
Mike Vrabel, go Bucks.
No one's asked it yet, yeah.
Mike Vrabel is much younger. He would destroy Jim Schwartz, no?
Even if they was the same age, Mike Vrabel, go Bucks.
Yeah, this dude is.
I mean,
that's easy money, bro. Like that's
like Schwartz wouldn't last like 10 seconds.
Yeah, like that's beating up. Like that's a hate crime.
It's not fair.
Are you guys counting out Jim Schwartz too quickly?
I think you guys
it has nothing to do with Jim Schwartz. I mean, it would happen to me
Vrabel,
too.
Have you ever been with Vrabel?
No,
that man is a psycho.
First of all, there's a strength difference. Age difference,
size difference,
weight difference. It's he used to put hands on offensive linemen for a living. What are you talking about?
I think he could last more than 10 seconds. No,
nah, bro.
Have you ever shook his hand?
No.
Yeah.
It hurts.
You'd be scared.
He's still lifting weights.
He's really that nuts.
He's still lifting.
He's racing Jameson and winning. That man is in tip-top shape.
Let's face it, I might be able to beat Jameson.
There's a grown man test. The grown man test is you got to go at any given time. And I didn't know this. 225 is a lot of weight. Do you know there's less than 3% of the population that can lift 225?
I did know that.
That's wild.
I cannot believe that.
Less than what percent?
Less than 3% of the general population. So if you're a grown man
on the bench,
it's even less than that for people to be able to bench their own body weight.
Right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So he can go in any weight room, any gym, and put the 225 on and rep it. Therefore, he's physically dominating 97% of the population.
You don't got 225 no more?
Oh, I did it 7 at the combine. I was like Fred Smoot out here.
That was not your strength.
It was not my strength.
Fred Smoot, Mississippi
He did 2. He did 2 reps.
Is that the lowest ever?
No, 0 probably the lowest.
Who?
0. Somebody hit 0 for sure.
Couldn't
I'm
you
gonna look up if anyone's ever done 0.
Professional athlete?
They would just opt out. They just wouldn't do it.
I'm not doing
that.
I mean, but at corner, it doesn't really matter.
It didn't matter.
It don't.
If you're an offensive lineman,
it do, but it don't.
It mattered when I walked in the room with the other DBs. They're all doing it 18 times. And how many did you get? I'm like,
I hit that 15, and you couldn't tell me nothing. I hit 15.
How many did you get?
15. Look it up.
What was the high for both of your classes at corner? Do you know?
Somebody probably got like 20.
Hey, what's that fullback? What's his name?
I think Keanu Neal had like 25 or something like that.
Brandon Joe.
B. Joe?
Brandon Joe, we was randomly lifting at this BS Gold's Gym randomly. And his roommate went to Westerville South with my roommate, and he was like, B. Joe. He's the strongest man. Brandon Joe came in this Gold's Fitness joint, and this dude came in there and he just threw it up 30 times.
It's ridiculous.
What position?
Fullback.
Yeah. You don't know a fellow Buckeye?
You know B. Joe?
Man, come on,
He's like the mayor down there, man.
Yeah,
all right, Mike, what's our next question?
Real quick, Fred Smoot only did 1 rep. He didn't even get to. It is the lowest recorded combine rep number in the history of the.
How embarrassing.
He should have just said, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing
That's what he did after 1.
He got drafted pretty high, too.
Yeah, he did.
He played 9 years in the league.
We were actually teammates, and he's part of the crew that organized the Love Boat.
Wow.
He was like the mayor. He was like the big guy that did the whole thing.
Well, he wasn't the only one.
Wow. Dave Burleson was on there, and he on Good Morning America.
I need that 30 for 30. I need that.
Yeah, when is that happening?
Yeah.
All right, Mike, question number 2 that nobody's talking about.
Question number 2. The Browns are playing the Cowboys in Week 1. Which player on the Browns would make the best actual Cowboy?
Ooh, I like that question. What player on the Browns would make a good Oh, that's easy.
Easy.
It's Wyatt Teller.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Money.
Wyatt Teller.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's, right?
Yep.
That's a slam dunk.
Anybody else? Anybody else got a player?
Why was JOK up there?
We just picked random players. Myles Garrett's from Texas.
Are there black Cowboys?
Charlie
Yeah, come on, dude.
I don't know.
Ed Oliver.
Yeah, like there's lots of
Oliver,
them.
White.
Hey man, when you go to Texas, a whole nother world down
Yeah.
there. They got
You ever seen
black
Von
Cowboys.
Miller, dude?
Yeah.
Von Miller's
He's a
in there.
cowboy?
Yeah.
He dude's in
didn't
there
know.
with the cowboy hat singing George Strait.
He do be doing that.
They don't.
Von Miller is a very interesting cat. When I got to Denver,
Yeah.
he was like a very interesting, cool.
Very
but
interesting
he
cat.
cool though, like the coolest dude I met in the league. But he's interesting.
Wyatt Teller's that. That's that. Yeah, it's easy. I think he got a ranch somewhere.
Yeah, he
gotta
probably
rank
do.
some.
Isn't it JOK, the one that sings the Eric Church? The country?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is JOK.
Yes,
he doing?
J-
Jason.
What is
he
he
walks
doing
in with his shades.
It was us.
Dustin, what are you doing there?
I don't know.
I've been replaced.
Yes.
Holy shit.
That is
Jason's taking out the TV. I don't know what the hell's going
Hey,
on.
man,
here.
listen.
All right, Mike, next question that nobody's discussed.
Next question. Which group would win a pizza eating contest bowl? The Browns' offensive line or the Browns' defensive line?
O-line.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It was,
easy.
yeah.
Yeah, O-line is easy.
Yeah,
like,
Different breed, man.
yeah, they can eat. But by the way,
I'm sitting here thinking about it. They got DeWine, yeah. Never
besides
mind.
quarterbacks, the offensive line is the smartest group. Offensive linemen would be eclectic. They be like reading books. They're weird. They're strange. They be hanging out together.
Specialists.
Yeah, they just, they be doing stuff like, let's see who can not wash their gloves the longest. And you'd be like, so your gloves is coming off,
Bro,
man.
your gloves smell like vinegar.
They're just, and then they grow long beards and sit around.
That
and,
is
and then they dip too. Like, it's kind of, but they smart
It's
as
like
hell.
it's a weird cult.
It is.
It is.
Definitely a cult.
Speaking of Browns players eating, a number of the Browns rookies went to Sweet Pork Wilson's the other day.
They did. I seen the picture.
Earl was there.
Yeah. He
Earl was there?
Yeah,
Earl was there.
Yeah.
pulled up.
Ramadi texted me and invited me over, but I couldn't go. I was,
Yeah,
it was the day I was at a game
he
going.
hit me up, man. We sent the black representative down there from UCSS.
I still ain't been
We signed
there.
that peace treaty.
Maybe we should order from there today since Mike blew off our lunch today.
Yeah, Mike is.
Brought his own food from home.
You are the fantasy football person. This is
All right,
not on me.
we'll
Oh,
order
that
from
is
there.
tonight. When is that?
2:00.
What is wrong with
gotta
you?
stick around.
Hey, Steve, like, dang, I gotta do the draft in this video. Look, man.
Oh, do the video tomorrow.
I can't believe you're playing in this fantasy thing.
He loves it.
Oh,
He's good at it.
He lost to me last year. in
I
the
mean, nobody's better
championship.
than me, but still.
No,
You lost last
I
year.
did
He
lose.
did lose last year. In the year, I've been a runner-up 2 years in a row.
You lost in the championship 2 years ago?
Yes, to Jason Lloyd.
No.
No, you
did. I said
It was a Final Four.
Final Four.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't want me in fantasy football. I'm the guy that
He's-
people hate.
he's
'Cause
out
I
to
forget
lunch.
to set lineups.
He's out to
Yeah, right.
I don't respond to trade
No.
requests.
Who's
Nothing.
the
Nothing.
worst? Him or Tim Couch? Tim was in our group last
Equal.
year.
Well, what happened was
He's
Dustin
out.
was in this fantasy league
Forever.
out in Canton.
And then I basically.
And then I joined the league, but then I had to team up with him because he was just like lost
I
pursuit
needed.
on his own team.
Basically, he was the GM and,
Yeah.
and I was Jimmy Haslam.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. We
Wait.
won.
Tim was
We
pretty
did.
bad because my friend had to draft for Tim.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, Tim was bad too.
Brad was bad too.
Yeah,
Brad was bad.
Brad drafted a
I forgot he
Brad
did.
drafted Kate York in like the
he
third
did.
round.
What a
Fifth
mistake
round.
that is. Something just like the Browns.
Yeah, right. That's right. Never draft a kicker.
Never draft a kicker.
Never draft a kicker. All right, Mikey. Next question that nobody's been talking about.
Brad beat you, and you had to like set his lineup up for him or something
I
like
did.
that.
That's kind of wild.
I realize I may have worded this question a little weird,
Oh, boy.
but I'll explain it. The way I worded it, and I kind of regret wording it like this, but will the Browns have the NFL's best Chubb in 2024? And this was going, well, Nick
Pause.
Chubb.
You
Well,
outta-
it's
you-
Nick Chubb versus Bradley Chubb. We don't know what Nick Chubb's going to
Isn't
do. I
Bradley
know
Chubb
Bradley
hurt
Chubb's
also?
hurt and was placed on the IR. So
You-
I guess I'll just ask it like this.
Wait a minute,
Will
you-
the Browns have the best Chubb in 24?
You made this graphic.
Anthony technically made it.
Both of y'all, first of all,
Yeah,
both
get
of
your
y'all
heads
out of
out the
line,
gutter,
man.
Yeah,
You
really.
guys.
Y'all out of line. I don't even know how to answer that. I don't know if I want to answer that.
I'll answer it. The Browns will have the best Chubb this year. There's no doubt about it. Nick Chubb is going to have a big second half. He'll be a little slow out of the gate week 5 and 6. But by week 10 and beyond, he'll be close to being old Nick Chubb.
I need numbers though. I got him down for 772 rushing yards, as well
very
as
precise.
7 touchdowns.
7 touchdowns.
7 touchdowns.
If he plays 12 games, I bet you he does more than that. I bet you he gets 1,000 yards in 12. Nah, it's pushing.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'll go
say
850.
850. Okay.
850, 8 touchdowns.
Okay. 8. That's.
I think that he'll have a good year when he comes back. I also think that we are looking at Nick Chubb like he's Superman or like a superhero, and I think it's unfair.
It is.
Because what he had was a very significant injury, and he's also getting up there in age. I mean, he's not like a rookie again.
Yeah.
He's had injuries in the past with his knees, and I think he'll come back and be fine. He'll have a good year, but like to expect him to be, what he was last year, or not last year, but prior to that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's unfair for him to have those expectations put on him this year.
It's completely unfair.
I mean, the only person I remember coming back and having like the best year ever was AP, Adrian Peterson.
Right.
But he's a freak. Now Nick's a freak
too. That's why there's a possibility.
He is, but like I always thought, like there's no way Adrian Peterson could do it.
Right.
He did, but I think that in the back of our minds,
expect it is unfair.
We're thinking, oh, he's just going to come back to like AP and rush for 1,000 yards, like in
and he might,
half the
but
games.
the odds are against it. Yeah.
So he's going to be great. But let's just let's not put too much pressure on the kid.
No. And they're going to be careful with his usage, especially when he first starts playing.
So the question is, who's going to have a better year, Bradley Chubb or Nick Chubb?
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
All right. Is Bradley Chubb coming off of injury?
Yeah,
he is.
Towards AC in the playoffs.
Oh, really?
He's missing the start
Is he
of the season, too.
Oh, he's not playing in the start of the season?
I don't think so.
I think he'll be. Yeah, he's on an IR or the PUP list to start the season.
So he's missing the first 4 weeks also.
Yeah, he tore his knee up. I think he tore his knee up against Baltimore, like the last week or something.
He's definitely the bigger Chubb.
Yeah.
The bigger one.
Pause.
Dustin fits right in.
Yeah.
All right, 2 more.
Yeah.
Bull, this one I'm kind of leaning on you here.
Okay.
Which AFC North city has the best collection of celebrities?
Leaning on me? What do I know about celebrities in Cincinnati and Pittsburgh and Baltimore?
Because you're the movie guy. You know everything about
I don't
TV.
know who's from what city. I don't know that.
It's definitely Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah.
We got Halle Berry.
Yeah, that's
Who's got somebody better than that?
Halle,
You tell me.
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey's not a. Well, yeah, I was thinking movie star.
What?
Movie star. Wait a second.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
He's not a movie star.
Really?
It doesn't have to be movie stars.
I know, but in my mind, you were asking movie star because you said I watch movies. I realized he just asked as a celebrity, which Steve Harvey is.
How is he not a movie
This man
star?
had a whole.
He's not in movies.
This man had a whole sitcom for like
That's
30
not a movie.
years.
It's not a movie.
Now here,
You say he's an actor.
What was he
Yeah.
in? See, this is why I ain't got my phone off the top. Like I don't listen. He was in. Oh, what's the name? He was in Jakey Promoters, wasn't he? Was he in that? No, he wasn't in Jakey. That was Cedric.
Let me look up his
Yeah.
discography.
Give me his discography.
Well, we got Drew Carey also.
Right.
MGK?
MGK.
Yup.
Is he act? Oh yeah, he was in. I watched something recently that he was in. He had a small role. There's a movie on Amazon Prime called Jackpot. Very funny. It's with John Cena and what's her name? Aquafina, I think is her name. I don't know. People know who she is. Anyway, it's a funny movie, and MGK was in it. He had a small role in it, but he was very good at it. Who does Cincinnati have? Baltimore and Pittsburgh. I can't think of anybody
He was
famous.
in You Got Served, Racing Stripes, Johnson Family Vacation, Loved on Cost a Thing,
Yeah.
Fighting Temptation, Stink Like a Man, and the original Kings
Doesn't sound like
of
any of those
Comedy.
movies are any good. But
Original Kings of
Actually,
Comedy
all
is
of
a
it.
classic.
All
But
of
that's
it
not
was
a
pretty
real
good.
movie.
It came out
Yeah.
in theaters. But I will say,
All of it was good.
if you think about it, Tyvis, if you just Google like movie stars or famous people from Cleveland, I don't think nobody's famous from Pittsburgh.
is there anybody? Who's the biggest celebrity from Pittsburgh? I feel like there is somebody famous from Pittsburgh.
Christina Aguilera is from Pittsburgh. Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
Wiz.
That's
Taylor
Baltimore
Gang.
has Jada Pinkett Smith, David Hasselhoff, Penn Badgley,
None
Anna
of them.
Faris.
I like Penn Badgley. None of them are bigger
Cincinnati
than
has
Halle Berry.
nobody because it's a poverty city.
Yeah, I mean, DC's got DC area. Metro's got to have like
Yeah.
I forgot about Baltimore.
Yeah.
Dang.
I'm still going with Cleveland. All right, next one, Mike.
Last one. So Aditi was going to be on the show today.
Yeah.
So this was based off Aditi being on the show. But how many Aditi Kinkabwalas would it take to tackle Myles Garrett in an Oklahoma drill?
Oh,
my
that's a
goodness.
great question.
a dozen.
Yeah.
Probably
Think a
12.
dozen?
I don't think a dozen's enough.
And by the way,
It might not be enough.
An
Yeah.
Oklahoma drill? Oh.
and
You need like 20.
clone lives matter, bro. Like some of them Aditi clones is dying on contact.
Man, listen.
like
true.
dead, like no longer with us.
I didn't know he said Oklahoma drill. Bro.
I think we died. Dude.
Yeah, like
They not. First of all,
Do you know my neck? I
they're
just
not
don't-
tackling him in Oklahoma drill.
like on
And you couldn't even get 20 people close enough to tackle him together.
like facts because if they started off with like any sort of gap,
They
in,
do.
like,
It's
space,
Oklahoma.
He's just going
is,
to the house.
Is linebacker with ball carrier and 2 defensive linemen versus 2 offensive linemen.
No, Oklahoma just when you're lying on the ground. the
That's
coach blows a
that
whistle.
ain't no.
We all got different names for
That's
these
that's
drills.
nut
Right.
cracking.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
That's what I was referring to. I
that's
defer to the
good.
pro football
Oh,
players
I mean,
on what.
they know what Oklahoma
That one right
Oklahoma
there.
drills basically become a standard phrase for any hitting drill that we used to do as kids.
Yes.
Like bull in the ring
talking
was
about-
one.
But I thought it was originally 2 guys standing
Hoot
there
and holler.
colliding, right?
Right? Yep.
That's what I was getting.
Nut
at.
cracking is when you lay down 5.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
And then
Hey,
you-
5 and you spin. They blow the whistle. You spin
get up
around,
and
get
you
up,
hit
and
each
you
other.
run.
Travis,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, that's
Coach.
not
Nutcracker drill.
Oklahoma. That's not.
They
when
don't
you
do
say,
that anymore,
When you
do
say,
they?
heck no.
Outlawed.
But I
hope
tell you what, that drill right there, when you a kid, you gonna find out if this is the sport for you or
That's
not.
true.
Because
Right.
you'll see people
Real
like, yeah,
fast.
this ain't. You not a football player.
It's not my thing.
This ain't for
that's-
me. I'm gonna
that's-
go hoop or something like
Hey,
that.
yeah, no, that's wild though. Like, but those Aditi clones are dying on contact.
Yeah.
Like at least the
For
first
sure
6
they
Bo,
are.
give me a number because we got 6 super chats.
There,
So.
I can't give you a number. There is no number because the amount of Adidas you would have to stop him is too many that you couldn't really tackle him. They couldn't all get a hand on him.
There's Agent Smiths and then there's Agent Adidas, and those Agent
Yeah.
Adidas can't like they're just. It's not. Nah.
It's like The Walking Dead. Like you need the zombies. They're like these video games
Right.
you play,
Yeah.
and they get
Yeah.
all these things just coming at you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need like it.
Right,
It have
bite
to be
their neck,
It's too
bite
much.
his neck.
It's too much plot armor. You got to give
Nah, it's
Aditi
impossible.
like
They would
venom
need.
or
They
something.
need weapons, man.
Yeah.
Aditi trying to tackle who is it again?
Myles
Myles
Garrett.
Myles Garrett.
Aditi trying to tackle Myles Garrett. Like if you imagine that in your head, it's the funniest thing.
It's scary.
It's scary.
I'm about to say,
But it's funny also.
I think he'd really like
Yeah,
put
that's
her
a
in
horror
the
movie.
hospital. Like
All
All right, here we go. Super
All right,
chats.
Mike, super chats.
we
hit
have
us.
6